Dear students, welcome to our Agromet theory, air and soil temperature advances 1 for JRF, SRF, net PG 3 application for the farmers. Now a quote to inspire you: work hard in silence, let success make noise. Okay, so this is the quote only to inspire you. Now see what is temperature. In the basics, I have given the definition of temperature. Temperature is defined as measure of speed per molecule of the molecules of the body, whereas the heat is the energy arising from random motion of all the molecules of the body. That is the basics. Now, so as far as advanced are concerned, from the basics definition, let us see what is the temperature. Meteorological knowledge about the energy exchanges and transports that the surface has useful applications in agriculture. With this knowledge, it is possible to manage the climate near the ground by influencing the moisture status and the temperature of upper soil layers. For example, ploughing the soil, mulching, shading, windbreaks. Of course, some of the radiation striking a surface will be conducted into the ground. Okay, in all these things, some of the radiation striking the surface will be conducted into the ground. That's what we call it, the ground heat flux. Now, so heat energy is thus stored in the ground during the day, only to be released from the ground into the surface at night. So therefore, ground acts as a sink of heat during the day and source of heat at night. So same ground in the cropped field acts as a sink during the daytime, same acts as the source during the night for releasing the nocturnal energy, or you can say long wave radiation. Now, so what is air temperature? Also, I have given the basic definition at the basic classes. Now, so from there we make a beginning. What is air temperature? Large quantities of energy are transferred between the surface and the air. Okay, large quantities of energy are transferred between the surface of the soil. This is the surface of the soil and the air by the process of convection. This bit you will come, you will get either in the PG or Ph.D. also, even in the basics. Almost all the phenomena that is occurring in the climate, they are from the convectional process. So here is the convectional process. Large quantities of energy are transferred between the surface and the air by the process of convection, and the transfer, that is the flow, determines the air temperature. Air won't get heated up directly when sun's rays are falling. Once the lying surface gets heated up, then only the air gets heated. This is the basis. The mechanism of transfer is molecular diffusion rather than a direct conduction. This is what I told a half minute back. The daily oscillation of air temperature describes a sine curve. So temperature, say oscillation takes place. Morning is lower usually as day advances, the air temperature goes on increasing. It follows almost a sine curve, which is the minimum normally occurring in the early morning just before the sunrise. Okay, and the sun, of course, in the morning hours in the sunrise, and the maximum occurring sometime after the peak solar and net radiations. As I said, there is a lag between the high temperature of the soil and high air temperature. This is because of the net radiation availability, and also soil being the solid and air being the fluid. What is meant by fluid? Air takes the shape of the container in which we keep. Okay, so that's what. Now, the patterns of air temperature waves is not necessarily regular. The patterns necessarily need not regular when examined on the basis of individual tests, especially in climates that feature frequent frontal passages, irregular cloudiness, or strong advection of a sensible heat generated in other regions. So, sensible heat means, the energy utilized in heating the air. Okay, advection from other areas, advection. Strong frontal passages when they are going, it need not be in a tropical area, 230 maximum temperature. Sometimes it happens that when a front is moving, there is a possibility for change of that particular. There is oscillation. Okay. Now, so the afternoon temperature lag is a result of a balance between the incoming and outgoing solar radiation. In other words, the difference between the incoming and outgoing net radiation. So from sunrise on, A considerable amount of radiant energy is required to heat the soil and crop because the coldest at the uh, morning. Okay, so just before the sunrise, they are cool. Then it goes on increasing until these surfaces become warm relative to the air above. No net sensible heat to air occurs. So, as I said, at least twice so far, air won't get up on its own. Okay, once the soil gets heated up, then only through uh, through a process. That's what we call it as the long wave radiation. In other words, so he heats the heat in a convectional process. Most of the weather phenomena are through convectional process. I told second time, and this is third time. So the reason for annual lag, for example, in an annual lag, is no different than that of the daily lag. In an annual seasons, okay, there may be winter season, summer season, spring season, whatnot. Okay, annual lag also if we take, this is the reason. So during the spring and early summer, usually for example, during the spring and early summer, a large portion of the incident solar energy flows into the soil. Naturally, during the summer, large energy goes into the soil, which has reached its lowest temperature by the end of the winter. Soil acts as the source during the summer. Winter, okay, like that. So as that of the portion of the energy flux decreases and the soil becomes warm relative to the environment, more energy is converted into sensible heat. So this is what which refers to air temperature. Air temperature influences the soil temperature. That's what I told in the basic class. Please study, subscribe. Agromet farmers and rural development. There I have explained in the basics. Now let us go to what is the soil temperature. The soil mantle of the earth is indispensable for the maintenance of plant life, affording mechanical support and supplying nutrients to the water. Several times I told. So soil temperature. Soil provides moisture. Soil provides nutrients. Both enter into the plant. Okay, when nutrients get mixed up. Okay, into the water, and then only they go into the plant. So soil supports the mechanically the plant. Soil supports the plant mechanically. Now, unlike human beings, animals, plants will be there only. So the aerial parts, the soil part are there for the plant. Now, so the soil stores energy during the warm seasons and releases heat to air during the cold portion of the day, just half it back I told, in the winter season. Now, the flux of heat into and out of the soil is a process of conduction. Here, only conduction process. Into conduction, because it is a solid. It is a solid. Soil is a solid. Okay, it's not a fluid. Now, crop plants live in two media. That's what I told half minute back. What are those? Air near the ground, stems and leaves, and upper layers of the soil. Okay, roots are there in the upper layers of the soil, maybe 5 inches, 10, 15, 20 centimeters, or plantations of even maybe 1 meter. So the soil temperature is critical for seed germination, root elongation, tuber. In addition to water and nutrients, soil temperature movement. Okay, soil temperature is critical for seed germination, root elongation, and tuber development. In case of tuber crop, it also affects the decomposition of organic matter. Okay, soil temperature influences the decomposition of organic matter, the optimum soil temperature for different crops in degrees centigrade for wheat, optimum temperature, soil temperature for what different process. 15 to 18, sugar beet 16, field beans 21, maize 20, cotton 21, sorghum, soybean, okay, 25, and tobacco 29. Soil temperature is also important for economic parts of the plants below the soil surface. Farmers grow not only aerial pot but also ground pots. So that is in case of tuberculosis, potato, like that. Okay. Now, example: the tubers of potatoes develop best at 80 degrees centigrade. Growth reduced at 20 to 27 degrees centigrade and stopped at 2 degrees centigrade. When it is too minimum, they won't grow at all. So this is what I would like to say. Formally, I thank okay to you with the inspiring word. Work hard in silence. Let the success speak. So thanking you very much. May God bless you.